Alright, let's make some decks with some crap rares. So this deck kind of built itself out of my desire to build around Ninja's Blades when the Final Fantasy came out. Job select comes into play, makes a creature, and that creature gets +1/+1 and becomes a ninja. And oh, there's more. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card, and then that player loses life equal to this card's mana cost and equips for 2 Matsunokami. That is why I built this deck. And then they went along and printed Duskmourn's Claim, which, if you live in the real world, is Parker Luck, and says at the beginning of your end step, 2 target players reveal the top card of their library, then lose life equal to the mana value of the revealed by the other player, and then they put it into their hand. So, Ninja Blades, you want big stuff into the hand. This card, you want big casting cost on the top of your deck. And then they went and printed Caverio Mind Bitten, which is another Spider-Man card that says when this card enters, copy a card in your graveyard that's a creature, and then it's a 4/4 in addition to whatever it is. So that is the core of this wonderful deck. And then the rest of the deck is what do you have that's a big mana cost. Push Pool gets you a CMC converted mana cost of 8, which is a really crappy removal spell attached to a really crappy reanimate spell. Then we have Virtue of Persistence, which gives you removal attached to a casting cost of 7. And then I guess we have to play a good card, so Summon Bahamut, casting cost of 9, and then it does all that stuff by destroying permanents, flying, all that stuff. So, what do we have in the deck here? As creatures, we have Shoreline Looter to help you sneak through some damage. It's unblockable and it draws you cards. And then when you have 7 or more in your graveyard, it draws you without discarding. We also have Fairy Dream Thief, a 1/1 flyer. It equips the Ninja Blades well and threatens to connect. It also draws you cards when it dies. It also surveils 1, so it can let you peek at your top card to see if it's going to hit with Duskmourn's Claim. And then rounding out the deck, we have Consult the Star Charts, just because I found that sometimes you just want the card you want, and this fills the job. After several revisions, we have Stupid Ninja Tools, the mana base. There's lands that let you surveil, which help you hit with Duskmourn's Claim and also fill your graveyard. We also have the other tap land, Temple of Deceit, lets you scry, so at least you can see if it's going to hit with Duskmourn's Claim or Parker Luck. We also have Restless Reef as a 4/4 man land with Death Touch, and then everything else you see here. In the sideboard, we are having Strategic Betrayal, because keeping creatures off the battlefield is a good strategy, and then exiling graveyards is also a good strategy in Standard. Deadly Cover-Up is our choice for board wipe, because you can collect evidence pretty easily with your high mana cost things in this deck to also strategically exile creatures of your opponents that get destroyed. We have Cruel Claw's Heist as a way to take a good card and see what your opponent has. Negate for Cosmopolitan non-creature counterspells. Etherize because most decks win by attacking you. And then we also have in the side the Swiss Army Meringue River Regent. It's at 6/7 for 6. And it also has an Omen cost. Lets you draw 3 and discard a card. So all sorts of good stuff. So there is Stupid and Ninja Tools. It's not going to probably win a RCQ, but it's definitely a lot of fun to play and lets you think and do strategery and do a lot of fun things. Ninja Tools into damage, and then Duskmourn's Claim, Parker Luck into damage. Usually 1 or 2 connects and the game is over. Alright, thanks for watching.